What's going on, guys? It's your boy Armed Atlas, and today we have another one. We have the Hellcat Pro for the professionals. Now, this one should be a little less snappy than the original Hellcat, being that it has a little bit more barrel length and, of course, a little bit more to hold on to kind of manage that recoil. Is it actually better, or is it just another marketing gimmick by another gun company trying to sell you guns? Let's find out. So bad. We'll have to run back the footage to see how it really looked, but I didn't feel like it was the worst. So a little bit about this gun. This one, being that it is a Pro, it has a few Pro features. It does have one thing that I'm really into, which is the optics plate, or an area that's designed for an optics plate, and that's really cool because you can put an optic on it without doing too much work. It is one of those a U-dot sight. They're not the worst, but I'm not a big fan. I prefer the real fancy schmancy blacked out backs with a fiber optic front that you see on really high-end guns. That's what I'm into. The texture on this gun is really good. It does help you to hold onto the gun a little bit more than without it. So that's one thing that I do think is pro. That said, the trigger, I don't know that it's so much better than the original. I don't know, I didn't really feel like it was super special. It wasn't the worst, but I've experienced better triggers. Now on a gun this small, we're doing okay. I think what people will really appreciate about this gun is you get Glock 19 capacity on a gun that is a little smaller. So this is a 15 round magazine. It comes with 2, so that's a real big plus. And for those guys who are really into carrying as many rounds as possible, 2 15 round magazines plus 1 in the chamber, you're going to be into that. Can we be accurate with this handgun? That's what's important. If you're in a defensive scenario, you don't want to be missing and hit somebody because that's a lawsuit. So I don't know if you can see, but with this target and my sloppy shooting, about 5 meters, I think we did pretty good. This is a man-size target, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all 10 shots on the paper within the 8. And I think that's pretty good. If you have a reasonable amount of skill, some decent fundamentals, a little bit of practice, you should be okay. This is a little bit different. It's a little further up, but that doesn't mean your fundamentals should slip. Mine did. And unfortunately, I kind of felt the sweat on my hands a little bit. I just have sweaty hands, I'm sorry. I think you should be happy with this gun in any reasonable FBI defensive scenario. But obviously, the most important thing with any firearm is to get out there and actually practice and train as often as you can, dry fire at home, and all the fun stuff to actually make sure that you're being safe and responsible as a gun owner, especially if you are a new gun owner. Get out there, go train, and get after it. So what do I think? Should you buy this gun? Go to your local range, try it, shoot it, run a box through it, run about 50 if you can, and you decide whether it's good for you or not. I think it's great for what it is. However, you might have different tolerances than me. I do think this is a handy gun that has a lot of cool little features that are necessary in today's day and age, such as the ability to mount an optic without going through the trouble of milling the slide. That's a big deal. And of course, the capacity, that's important. However, I'm a little hung up on these sights. They're not the best, and I will probably be upgrading the trigger in the near future. So buy the